We got a quick one for you today. Masters Championship in Vegas. All right, let's check it out. All right, guys, today we have PDN versus Robert. Right now, he wanted to flip a coin instead of lag, so I just went with it. Then he won the coin toss and said he was going to break and pick the game. And I said, you have to break. You won the toss. You said you wanted to break. Go break. I'll pick the game. And he's like, I want to play 9-ball. And I said, okay. Then I have to break. It's the rules, man. I wanted to play 9-ball anyway, so whatever. So he's going to rack up some 9-ball and I'm going to break. On to rack 1. All right, PDN to break. Rack 1. I get the wing ball to drop. Don't really have much for the 1 ball. I noticed the table was playing differently than the practice table when I was watching Dom play, so I was a little apprehensive at first. It shows. Just trying to thin this 1 ball and leave the cue ball up here. So I'm just looking at my path, making sure I don't run it into the 5. And figure out how fast I need to hit this or how slow. We go with a little bit of draw. I overhit it. Overhit it, lost the 1 ball, sold out the rack. Again, these guys are from Texas. If you haven't seen the first match, I'll put a link up there somewhere if I remember. This Robert is a 700 Fargo. I am a 530. So all I can do is try my best. Not really leaving me a lot here. What I'm looking at right now is actually the 3 ball. So if I do make this, what can I do with the 3? So I'll go rail first, try to get this ball actually out here. End up a little bit short. So now what I'm looking at is running the 3 ball into the 8 so I can hold the 3 ball here and get the cue ball on this side over here for a bit of a safety. Standing in front of the camera, but yeah, as you can see, it worked out okay. You're really fortunate here that he scratches. The only place I can really send this 4 ball is here. So I'm going to try to play this around to here. And I hit it about 1.5 feet short of what I needed to do. So, unfortunate. I'm moving my camera. There you go. Don't be scared. So, the line to thin this sends me scratching in the corner. So what I'm looking at now is a carom off of the 9 ball. It's a tough shot. I don't really know what else to do here. I probably could have shot a better safety, but I just felt like I could make that carom. I could not. A little annoyed with myself. Up until this point, I didn't really feel like he was hitting the ball like a 700, so I was frustrated with myself because I said, you know what, I should be taking advantage of this before he remembers how to play pool. But a little too late. He moves the ball around the table pretty effortlessly. He doesn't try to get perfect because he makes a lot of really good shots. I definitely tried to learn by watching him play. Not so much here during the match as much as when I was adding the score to this. I watched his shots to see what he was doing. Because I remember at the end of that rack when he got up to the table and was just floating around making everything, I remember, uh-oh. I don't know if I'll ever be a 700. I'm pretty old. It'd be tough for me to get there, but it's a goal I have now. Anyway, Robert's up 1-0. On to rack 2. Alright, breaking off rack 2. Here we go. 8-ball decides not to drop. 1-ball lines up against the 3. I've got another carom chance here, but also the 1-3 is pretty dead. If you hit this with pace, it actually takes the angle out of it, so it sends it this way, and the 1-ball will go this way towards the 9. I don't even think about it because I know the shot, so drain the 3-ball. 9-ball doesn't go in. 1-ball stays up where I can make something happen. If it ended up on the other side of the 6-7, my thinking was I could just shoot into the 6-7, make the 8, try to spread something out. I don't want this 1-ball to drop, so I'm trying to leave it near the pocket. I was actually trying to spin it out of the pocket. That's why I hit it with a little bit of pace. I wanted it to come out here so I could then draw into this. But I did leave myself enough room to go bottom right on this edge and come up here in between the 2-9. So I get the 9-ball away from the 2. Fortunately, I didn't mess up the 5-ball too bad. 4-ball still makeable. 5-ball didn't roll in front of the 4, which was nice. Those are all things that could have happened, but I got lucky. So we're just going to spin this with a little bit of right, about 1 o'clock English, play a second rail back towards the middle of the table, leave myself a 4-ball. Overhit it just a hair, but it's still playable. Got that one off the rails so I can play this. I'm going to come around, take a little look at it, see what I need to do to get up there by the 6-7. My thinking right now, I'm not too worried about the 5. My thinking is if I hit the 7 in the right spot to make it, I can get the 6 to go this way. I just need to be in the spot where I can hold the cue ball here. I end up a little bit outside of what I wanted to do, but it's still workable. Now I'm not sure how hard I need to hit it to hold the cue ball to get the 6 to move across the table. So I underhit it. Getting the 6 here would have been great. So now we got a really, really thin cut on this 6-ball. So what I'm trying to decide right now is if I'm going to go inside or outside on this ball. If I go outside, I can lose the cue ball up around here. If I go inside, I can actually hold it here. So I decide inside's the way to go and try to hold this for the 9-ball, which I do okay. All right, tie game 1-1, on to rack 3. All right, rack 3, PDN to break. Robert asked me if I wanted to shotgun a beer with him in between racks. Told him I was trying not to. All right, we made 4 balls on the break. We got 5 to shoot at. I can see the 1 ball, which is always a good sign because every time I make 4 balls on a break, I'm always hooked. It just really feels like the worst luck when you do well. Overhit this one a little bit. Well, a lot of it. I was going across the shot line, which isn't really good. You never want to cross that line, and I crossed it by a lot. So what I'm looking at here is I know I'm going to hit this thin, and that cue ball is going to scream. So I decide that I'm just going to lean into it moving and put a little draw on this and play 4 rails of shape to get back on the 7. The table's moving fast enough. So yeah, that actually went almost exactly where I thought it was going to go. I was feeling really good about myself right now. A little bit of left, run this. Try to get as close to this long rail as possible. I park it almost on the rail because the 8 ball's off the rail a little bit. So either I finish out here or I finish close to the rail. But that gives me the ability to pull the cue ball off the rail. So now I've got the 9 ball. Dead to rights. And there we go. PDN is up 2-1 on to rack 4. All right. Going into rack 4, PDN to break. And Robert's demeanor has changed quite a bit. He did not open the second beer. He racked very methodically. And I'm feeling great about my game. Until I make 2 balls on the break. 1 ball if the cue ball stays up, I can see the 1. Kind of annoyed. Now he's got ball in hand, and he is a lot better at pool than I am. And I finished next to the 9 ball. So there we go. That is the end of rack 4. It was a quick one. Rack 5 coming up. All right, with the game tied at 2-2, he's got the break. Fingers crossed he breaks dry again. All right. 7 ball goes right into the corner. 1 ball takes a really nice bounce, squares up. He's got himself a possible 1-5 carom here, which I think he considers for a while before deciding to shoot a safety. Yeah, he kind of adjusts, decides he's going to play a safety again anyway. So what he's going to try to do is just hold the cue ball here and send the 1 ball this way. He makes the 1 ball. Would have been a great safety. If he hits here, that 1 ball is going to stop right here. All right. 2 ball in a great spot. He has a option here. He could either try to draw this back and play the 4, which doesn't get him to the 5, or he can run the cue ball up to this area. So he runs it up. Leaves himself a bit of a cut on the 4 ball. Now this one you can actually spin with left because it'll throw the 4 ball a little bit this way, so you can hit the 4 ball fatter. And then the spin keeps it back behind the 6. That's actually a shot that I like that I need to start using more. I'm really glad I recorded this. The first shot he's hit with any kind of pace, he just, everything was just floating. I held my breath. Didn't work. It's like, please, please, please. He checks the rail to see if it's dead. If it hopped off of it, it's a little squishy. I will give him that. Because that cue ball wasn't supposed to just bounce into the rail like that. But either way, there he is. That was a nice little run out. 3-2 Robert. Break and run. Here we go. Rack 6 coming. All right, rack 6, Robert to break. Aside from the poop skin on the one in that last rack, I mean, he played it great. And even if he holds it up, it's still an incredibly hard shot for me to get to. Makes the 7 and the 8. One ball is going to hold up in front of the corner pocket over here. 2 ball looks very makeable. Looks like a really clean rack. Now he's got enough room right here to just play a little bit of right on this and come over to this side. Just a hair. Just gonna play that rail, come off of it. That leaves him perfect shape to just glide this one in for the 3 ball. 4 balls down here. 5 balls easy to get to the 6 from, so 0 problems. I'm pretty sure even I could run this rack out. Plays that one to the middle of the table so he can run this cue ball straight back up the middle of the table off this 4. He's just playing for the middle of the table, nothing fancy. Like I said, he's not trying to get perfect on it. You just try to get it close to the middle of the table and make something happen. There's a lot to learn from that. He doesn't try to get on the other side of the 6 here. He doesn't try to play the 6 in the same pocket. He just plays the 6 up the table. He's feeling confident. He's not missing anything. 6 ball goes in and he's got the 9 ball dead to rights. And there we go. Another break and run for Mr. Robert. It has now been 3 racks since I've been able to do anything, so hard to watch, but it's okay. Not hard to watch in the video, but hard for me to watch in the chair. It was tough. I was feeling great about myself after those 2 racks. I had the lead for a minute, man. It was cool. But anyway, on to rack 7. All right, rack 7, 4 ball goes in off the break. 1 ball addresses up beautifully. I sit back down quickly. He just needs to get on the other side of this 6 ball. Anywhere over there, he can see the 2. He hits it beautifully. Just roll this into the rail. Make sure you can see that 3 ball. Slow roll this 5, gives you a good shot on the 6. Very nice. Now you got to put a little bit of juice on this one to get up for the 7. He makes an adjustment and he catches the point. So even 700s make mistakes. Now I am not going to try to make this ball. What I want to do is I'm going to shoot the rail here, catch this part of the 6. I want to send the 6 ball into the rail and back here. The cue ball will come up here to the far end of the table. That's how I drew it up in my head. I catch the 6 ball so thin on accident. I just hit this little bit of the point. If I hit a little bit more of the 6 ball, just a little bit, that 6 ball goes into the rail and finishes here. And it's a great shot. Instead, he jams a ton of kill speed on that 6 ball to hold the cue ball there. He's going to make his 7 in the corner, move the 8 ball out to where he needs it to be. It's nice and easy, a little bit of high left on that one, run it up the table. I am feeling pretty crappy at this point. I can't believe I was so close to hitting that ball so perfectly. It was a tough shot, but yeah, you can see me pointing at it. That's exactly where I was trying to make that damn ball. I was so annoyed. Oh well. 5-2 on to rack 8. Last rack of 9-ball coming. All right, here we are, rack 8. Robert to break, leading 5-2. We got a dry break. We got a dry break. We got an open table. And I am feeling a little down on myself, but I'm trying to pump myself back up. I know I can do this. Just don't overspin this ball. We're just going to go high right, and we overspin the ball. I was a little amped up. I'd been sitting for a while, and the adrenaline was flowing, so kind of dumb. Wanted to be right here, and rolled it about 2 feet too far. Now I've got a long draw shot to get this back up the table for the 3. And I just miss it. Cue ball was moving the way I wanted it to. Was just amped. I was like, all right, I'm going to make this happen. He loads that with inside, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that cue ball goes this path and then cuts back this way. So he can play 2 rails to get out for the 3. Really, really beautifully played. Underhits this one a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, he's not going to try to get perfect. He's just going to roll up and leave his cue ball wherever it lands. I mean, why not? when you make everything you point at, why not? Five ball eventually drops, and he leaves himself a dead carom on the 9-ball. 6 ball's not passing the 9-ball. His only shot here is the carom, so he just rolls it right into it. Beautiful shot. Well played. And there we go. He is now on the hill. We are switching to 8-ball on to rack 9. All right, here we go. This is rack 9. First rack of 8-ball. Changes his break, goes to the other side. Now, I didn't notice this when we were playing, but he hurts his shoulder. I wish I had noticed it. He breaks dry. Decent spread. I actually like the stripes here because that's all I can shoot at. I could shoot at the 7, but I just didn't like it. I like this, and I wanted to go around that 6-ball. But I hit the 6-ball in the face. I leave myself this long 9-ball. And I miss it. I just kind of pushed into it a little bit. I mean, I got what I was going for. I just wanted to roll it up. I wanted to roll it up to where I could see the 15 and then make something happen. But, I mean, he's on the hill. He's destroying me. He's really, really good. I was intimidated and feeling a little down on myself. I knew the second I missed that ball, it was the last time I was going to get to shoot. So I just wanted to sit down and watch, see what he did. At this point, I was trying to guess what he was going to do next, which I don't normally do when I'm playing somebody. I normally just focus on the game. He overhits this one. I think he wanted to get that 1-ball done. But he's all right. He's got the 4-ball. He just looked to see if the 4-ball goes and what he needs to do. He's going to use the 7 for his key ball. 7's perfect key ball for getting on the 8. Plays great shape to come back out for his 1-ball that he wanted to begin with. I think he overhit it a little bit, but he's still okay. Now, at first, I thought he was going to roll this forward and play shape on the 7, which I didn't like. Then I saw him jack up the cue, and I said, oh, okay, I'm definitely done. Pretty much just play these in order, 5, 6, 7, 8. A little bit of inside spin here to hold your cue ball. Play the 6-ball on the side. He can draw this back. All he needs to do is just get anywhere in here on this part of the table, and he can just lightly play that 7-ball. So he does, and now the 7-ball goes this way. The cue ball, actually, you just want to play this into the 11 to hold it. It rolls naturally in that direction. Bonk. Done. Well, he sets up this 8-ball on the side. I want to thank you guys for coming and checking out the videos. I bumped the camera really hard, so hooray. But yeah, thanks for coming and checking these out. I hope you enjoyed this one. This was actually really cool to watch. I will be watching this one a lot because honestly, I'd like to be as good as he was at some point. He was a really good player. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. Like the video, punch the thumbs up. If you disliked it, go ahead and dislike it. It's okay. I don't mind. But I'm at 80% now of my viewers that are not subscribed to the channel. So if you could just click that subscribe button, turn off the notifications so you don't get annoyed by anything. I got a bunch more of these coming up. I actually play a guy later who used to be a 715, and that one goes very different. So that one will be cool to check out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for coming in. Bye.